Hello and welcome. I am so glad you could join us today. It is my honor to welcome you to UCLA's commencement weekend. This ceremony is devoted to honoring the students from the UCLA College of Letters and Science. While the students and the official party are assembling, let me take a moment to tell you about UCLA. I am proud to say that your graduate has attended one of America's finest universities. 40 of the academic departments at UCLA are ranked among the top 10 in their fields, third best of any university in the nation. Every year, the accomplishments of our students grow. You will be pleased to know that the academic performance of the students in the class of 2011 makes them the highest achieving students to ever graduate from UCLA. If you are new to the UCLA campus, you are in Drake Stadium, the home of the Bruin teams in track and field and soccer. UCLA has America's most successful intercollegiate sports program. Bruins teams have won more national champions than any other university. Behind me, you can see much of the UCLA campus. At the top of the Jan steps, you can see Royce Hall on the left and Powell Library on the right. After our commencement, I invite you to look around UCLA. You will find one of the world's most beautiful universities. In just a moment, the graduating class of the College of Letters and Science for 2011 will join us. After the students arrive, the official party will enter, including our faculty, the campus leadership, and our student speaker. Then, as part of UCLA's celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Peace Corps, you will see a procession of student flag bearers representing all of the countries that the Peace Corps has served. I want to offer you my congratulations. I know how proud you are of your graduate, and the entire UCLA community shares your pride. Family and friends of our graduates, I present to you the graduating class of 2011 from UCLA College of Letters and Science.
She's on the corner right there. her waving.
Volunteers in advising Peace Corps leadership during the early years. To recognize the half-century relationship between UCLA and the Peace Corps, our seniors present the flags of the 139 countries the Peace Corps has served for the past half-century. This celebration is part of the true Bruin commitment to public service, a commitment that is shared by every UCLA student. Today are the ACA seniors, 16 UCLA seniors who have been performing in vocal groups on campus. Please rise for the national anthem.
broad strokes. send bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare almost bursting in air came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free and the home of the Thank you very much. Please be seated. Now, I'm very pleased to welcome the Chancellor of UCLA. Like you, he's a senior. He's been here for 4 years, only he's not going to graduate. We're going to keep him here because he has done so much to strengthen the university's academic excellence. He has increased the diversity of our wonderful campus and inspired new levels of civic engagement within the UCLA family. Please give a big welcome to the Chancellor of UCLA, Jean Block.
Welcome, UCLA graduates, families, friends, faculty, staff, and distinguished guests to this wonderful occasion. I'm pleased that UC Regents Leslie Schilling and Lori Plocioni are able to be with us this afternoon. Welcome to our Regents. I also want to welcome all of the parents, and although you're a long ways off, I can see you're smiling. You've sacrificed a lot to make this day a reality. On stage, I was admiring the 140 beautiful national flags that grace our ceremony this afternoon. I want to talk for a moment about those flags and what they mean to all of us here at UCLA. On the surface, they represent the countries where the Peace Corps has sent volunteers over the last 50 years of its impressive history. As you may know, the UCLA played a pivotal role throughout the Peace Corps' history, and today you will be hearing the commencement address from Peace Corps Director Aaron Williams. But those flags also hold a broader meaning. They signify the spirit of civic responsibility and the sharing between cultures that has long been a hallmark of the Peace Corps and of UCLA. It was no accident, after all, that UCLA was selected as the primary training ground for Peace Corps volunteers back in the 1960s. We had the skills, the ideals, and the commitment to prepare those young people for the challenges they would meet throughout the world. And it has been my commitment as your Chancellor to encourage and expand those same values at UCLA today. I believe that our rapidly shrinking world demands that we embrace different cultures, learning from them, even as we share our own knowledge. Being a public university, and remember, we're a public institution, means something to all of us as Bruins and to all Californians, the benefactors of the great University of California's promise. It means that we are obligated to provide each of you with the highest quality education possible. And as one of the world's great research universities, we certainly believe we have met that obligation to you. Perhaps most importantly, being a great public university is about who we serve as well as who we teach. I believe, and I hope you do, that our service extends far beyond the borders of our campus. It runs throughout this community, throughout California, and around the world. And I know many of you have served as volunteers in this community, have served as volunteers in communities in other parts of the state, and I am extremely impressed with the efforts all of you have put in. As our early work with the Peace Corps...
bestowing upon me this tremendous honor. It's a privilege to receive the UCLA medal. Thank you, Chancellor Block, for that kind introduction. And more importantly, for your years of public support for the Peace Corps. Many thanks to you and the deans, faculty and staff, family and friends, distinguished guests, and most of all, to the class of 2011. Congratulations. Congratulations on the wonderful achievement that we're celebrating here today. Most of you have spent 4 years at UCLA, and as you get ready to leave, I want to give you a few words of warning about post-campus life. First of all, when you refer to coach, not everyone is going to know you mean John Wooten. They should, but they won't. Second, although they might not admit it, some of the friends sitting next to you right now are going to go to USC for graduate school. It's true, happens every year. I've got the data. Third, there are not many places in the world where you can find groceries, clothing, laptops, snowboards, books, and Panda Express, all under one roof. So when the zombie apocalypse strikes, you gotta run back to Ackerman Union as fast as you can. And finally, when you tell people that when you were in college, getting from dorms to campus meant walking uphill in both directions, I'm sorry, they're not gonna believe you. They're gonna think you're getting old. Now, in all seriousness, UCLA holds a dear place in my heart and the heart of everyone who has been a part of the Peace Corps since our founding 50 years ago. I was fortunate to have been at UCLA this past March for a 50th anniversary celebration of the Peace Corps, which highlighted the strong ties between UCLA and the Peace Corps. My fellow returned volunteers on the panel and I were very warmly welcomed. UCLA was one of the first universities to train Peace Corps volunteers before their departure for service. Since 1961, 1,800 graduates of UCLA have served in the Peace Corps themselves. In fact, even as we are here today, 92 alumni are serving in 46 countries around the world. The understanding of one another. Also, if you toiled away in the labs on South Campus, and you plan to become a scientist or an engineer, direct your passion for discovery towards the betterment of the human condition, and know that every contribution that you make can bring humanity closer to curing disease, protecting the planet, solving our energy challenges, and saving lives. I'm certain that I don't have to tell you about service. It's what being a true Bruin is all about. From volunteer day to the dance marathon to alternative spring break, you're already helping a community of heroes. Leaders in helping the homeless, supporting the elderly, and so many other endeavors here on campus. So let me leave you with one last lesson from Peace Corps legendary First Director Sergeant Shriver, whose can-do spirit and passion for service still today guide our organization. In the Peace Corps early years, critics would sometimes tell Shriver that he was naive. They'd say, isn't it just an illusion to think that the Peace Corps might actually help change the world? But Shriver would respond with a question of his own. He'd say, who or what do you think is going to change the world? Half a century, the answer to that question has not changed. Like Sergeant Shriver, we at the Peace Corps still believe that what can change the world now is the same thing that has always worked in the past: an idea and the service of dedicated, committed individuals to that idea. That's why we are so grateful for you and for inspired universities like UCLA. As President Obama has said, service isn't separate from our national priorities or secondary to our national priorities. It's integral to achieving our national priorities. It's how we will meet the challenges of our times. So to the graduates of 2011, in closing, let me just reflect on the motto of this great university: Fiat Lux, let there be light. Class of 2011, that light is you. Congratulations.
And remain standing. Just a note, this includes students in environmental science. So, very good. At UCLA, work in the physical sciences spans the fundamental processes that affect our physical world. On length scales ranging from microscopic to cosmic, over spans of time that range from billions of years to nanoseconds, our students explore the natural sciences using the tools of environmental science, atmospheric and oceanic sciences, statistics, earth and space sciences, physics and astronomy, mathematics, chemistry and biochemistry, to better understand the characteristics of energy, matter, numbers, our Earth, our oceans, our atmosphere, our solar system, our galaxy, and our universe. Our world of machines, computers, miracle drugs, and instant global communication is built on the foundations created by the great physical scientists of previous centuries. I know that the graduates here today, the new scientists of our era, will contribute to the advancement of knowledge and the improvement of the human condition. Chancellor Bloch, it is my honor to present to you the ferociously dedicated, extravagantly gifted, inquisitive, analytical, altogether stellar candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts in the Division of Physical Sciences.
Thank you, Joe. The candidates for the bachelor's degree from physical science, please be seated. Now, presenting the candidates for a bachelor's degree in the Division of Humanities, we have Dean Tim
Your
Stoll.
experience at UCLA has opened new windows on the world for you and leaves you yearning to learn more. This is just the beginning of life, of continuing discovery, for it is the lifelong learners who will excel in our rapidly changing world. Now, this is the few words I will now repeat, that if I fail to repeat these, you would have to come back next year. So I will carefully repeat these. Now, By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science. Congratulations.
Graduates, let me congratulate all of us for becoming the newest alumni of UCLA as the class of 2011. Now, we have one final tradition to observe, and I don't mean jumping in the fountain. Before we received our degrees, we wore our tassels on the right side of our mortarboards. Now that our degrees have been confirmed, it's time to move the tassel to the left side of our mortarboards and join the select company of UCLA graduates. Bachelors, let's turn our tassels.
Mario, she's just celebrating.
I'd like to say congratulations again to those who have now graduated from UCLA, and to close the commencement today, please join me in singing the alma mater. It's printed on the back of your folder. Leading us in this Hail to the Hills of Westwood will be Melissa Mitchell, who is now a new graduate of UCLA in psychology. Melissa?
Hail to the hills of Westwood, to the mighty sea below. Hail to our alma mater, she will conquer every foe, for we're loyal to the Southland, her honor we'll uphold. We'll gladly give our hearts to thee, to the blue and to the gold. Congrats, everyone. God bless.
Thank you, Melissa. And Bruins, we wish you the best. Come back often, see us, and have a wonderful summer as you face your new life and your new emphasis on service. This concludes our commencement ceremony. Again, congratulations to all.
Going down there, Mario, or what do you do? You're cold. I know you're cold.
I'm freezing.
Let's get her somewhere warm while she's really cold.
Yeah, and I want this to show
pictures.
What'd you study here? Oh, okay. What are you going to do now?
Going to pharmacy school.
Great. Okay, who has
Right here,
Oh, okay, yeah. That's your
there you
dad?
Yep, that's my dad.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. All right, great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Baby, the sun. Let's walk that way. Click this way. Okay.
See you in a week to a safe zone.
Anita Shankar Raman. Kaylee Levy Tran. Andrew Joseph Guerra. Cassandra Davina Vasquez. Naomi Elliott. Jeffrey Hall Wright. Haley Elizabeth Mahler. Daniel Hogan. Elise Rose Schulman.
Now do I stop?
All
The
right.
fate of these little skelly
All right.
wags. What is it now?
Well, how old are you today?
8.
Sienna! 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 All right.
Angelina, a fine name, but how about this? Captain Angelina. What do you think about that, eh?
Hey, babe. You got fun? Take her.
Now, you swear to be a good pirate.
Yeah, you're dancing.
Yes, now you promise them everything keep me here on the Apple Chalk telling you.
Sienna, let me see, babe. You and your sister.
Yes, very good. Now, when you're first you're going to go to your parents and get all their old training jewelry.
See if you guys can get three, all three.
Can you do that?
All right.
Yes!
Hey everyone, I'm Mario Lopez. Welcome to Extra here at the Grove. Let's get straight to the big story. Hey everyone, I'm Mario Lopez. Welcome to Extra here at the Grove. Let's get straight to the big story of the day.